HELLBLADE SENUA'S Sacrifice, o Sacrifice, o como lo queramos decir.
Hello. Who are you? Doesn't matter. Welcome. You're safe with me. I'll be right here, nice and close so I can speak without alerting the others. Let me tell you about Senua. Now, her story has already come to an end, but now it begins anew.
What's happening? It's breathing. The head. It's breathing. It's breathing. He knows she's getting closer. He can feel her coming closer. She's getting closer. They're watching. They're watching.
Mola mucho el tema del sonido con los cascos, mola la hostia, tío.
No more stories after this one.
What is she doing? Why is she doing this? They're watching. Why doesn't she turn coming? She's doing this for him. She wants to rescue him. He's already can feel you coming. Quiet.
Oh, how rude of me. I never told you of the others. You hear them too, right? They've been around ever since the tragedy. Well, that's not quite true. Some are old, some are new, but they've changed. I think the darkness changed them, just like it changed her.
Can you see them? Over there. Why isn't she looking? Why aren't you looking? He's in Helheim.
Look, up ahead.
Helheim.
You see it too?
You promised you came.
Yes. It is real after all. She's finally arrived in the land of mist and fog. The place the Northmen call Hell.
Turn back. Go back. Go back. It's not safe. Go back. Go back. Go back. Go it's back. Not safe.
It's them. They're here.
Can you see them? I can see it.
Como mola, tío, se ve guapo, se ve muy guapo,
Look around and you will see them. The drowned, the sick, the slain. Here they lie, rotting in the fields and rivers of hell. But the dead don't always lie still here.
See them.
This is not a place of rest.
Can't do this. Go back. Go back. They're going to do that to you. Can you see them? Can you see them? They're going to do that to you. They're watching. Stop. Can you feel them watching? They're watching her. They're watching her. You're so close to the darkness. Go back. Can you feel it?
What is she thinking? I can tell you. She's afraid. Wouldn't you be? You'd think she would get used to it by now after so many years. But the darkness, it just builds onto itself, growing stronger, towering over her. You might try and ignore it. Turn away. But it's always there, just out of sight, where you're most vulnerable. It's like it knows that just enough light is all you need to see its suffocating power.
Mira, chaval. Cuidado,
You might think she's brave to go on this journey on her own. But it isn't bravery that drives her. Bravery only means something to those afraid of death. Senua's fear runs far, far deeper.
Bueno.
What is she looking at? What is she leaving behind? I know what she's thinking. I hear her thoughts. It's not too late to get into the boat and go back. No one will judge her. No one will ever know. Oh, she heard us.
Qué paranoia, tío.
There's no going back.
You can't do it.
Senua pushes away a world that conspired to cause so much suffering. There's nothing to go back to, and worse to look forward to. Why don't you join us? Maybe you too have a part to play in this story.
Bueno, pues ya controlamos nosotros.
You have to take a closer look to see. Why isn't she focusing? She needs to focus now.
She needs to use her eyes.
Do not forget my stories, Senua. Because your darkness comes from hell. Do not forget my stories, Senua. Because your darkness comes from hell, and your fate lies there. They say the burning of a corpse will take
Qué
you
guapo,
straight
tío.
to Hela's gate. But gods and the living will follow this path. You must leave the Isles of Orkney across the eastern sea and find a road that leads north and down through deep, dark valleys. After 9 nights of riding, you will follow a great river and will find a bridge covered in gold. The path to Helheim goes from there, across the river of knives that flows from the dark world of Niflheim.
You can't do this. They're coming now. They're coming.
Joder.
Change the sky.
Darkness is coming. Yearns for life. Hungers for it. Like a pack of wolves on a hunt. But she's not stopping.
Ah, mira, si das a este corre, vale. LB corre.
Not this time.
Vale. Yo andando, ¿sabes?
The land of mist and fog. The old fool was right. What was it he said? The river of knives across which lies the halls of hell. The place they call Helheim.
He's lost. He's lost.
Where are you?
Vamos con una cabeza en la mano, preguntándola y hablando con voces extrañas, ¿vale? A tope.
I hear you. There's no doubt about it. The source of the darkness is in Helheim, and the goddess Hela holds his soul there. Her dear beloved, Dillian.
Bueno, vamos otra vez.
What is she doing? Why is she doing this? Why doesn't she turn back?
Como una especie de playa, ¿no?
His soul still lives. She needs to save his soul. She wants his soul to be at peace. She needs to lay him to rest. He's already dead. She can save him.
The bridge to Helheim. I forget its name. She forgets too. But she does remember that only the dead may cross it. That part wasn't so easy to forget.
Un sendero oculto.
The old fool said there was a hidden path up to it.
Por aquí.
Let's see, shall we?
The Northmen speak of 9 worlds. The world of men they call Midgard. Sky gods dwell in Asgard. The gods of earth, harvest, wind, and sea dwell in Vanaheim. The good elves dwell in Alfheim. The evil ones dwell in Svartalfheim. The mountain giants dwell in Jotunheim. The fire giants dwell in Muspelheim.
Y Loki.
Niflheim is the world of ice and darkness. Only the dead dwell in Helheim. And that is where you must travel.
Ah, se pone a llover. El juego está muy guapo, ¿eh? Vale.
That's the way. You don't know where you're going. Just drop down. What's down there?
Ah, joder.
Why did she do that? She shouldn't have done it. She can't go back now.
No, this is it. The hidden path.
Joder con las vocecitas, tío.
He's going to hurt you. It's dangerous.
Don't kill me. I'm not one of them.
Don't listen.
I was just hiding. I find I live longer that way. Don't listen. I'll never let the bastards catch me again. Never! Wait. Who are you?
It's just a memory.
Druth? Is that you?
Around you now.
For my tales of the Northmen, they call me Druth. A liar.
He's lost.
An old fool. Truth is my truth.
It's good to see you again. You kept your vow.
Guide you in this life and the next. I will tell you my stories of hell, if I may walk with you.
Sí, claro. Qué tos más mala
Tell
tienes,
me your
tío.
stories again, old friend. I'm listening.
Esa tos
The
está muy
runes
jodida.
seal the gates to hell. Focus your inner eye, and you too will see what's hidden in plain sight.
I can see one.
Hold it in your mind's eye. Find one like it to open the gate.
¿Qué hay que hacer?
What happens if you focus?
que habrá que hacerla coincidir.
You'll see it. You'll find it. You'll never find it. Give up now. It's a secret. It is.
No sé qué tengo que hacer.
It's just that. It's just that. You'll never find it. You'll never
A ver. Está claro que tiene que ser ahí.
see it.
Esa M.
Give up. It is not a secret. Where is it? Where is the secret? You can't see it.
Qué cosas más raras, ¿no? ¿Qué hay que hacer aquí, tío? ¿Qué me estás contando?
Look towards the gate,
Vale.
and the gate will open.
Hostia, se os ha ido mucho la flapa, ¿eh?
The gate is open. Go through the gate.
Go through it. It's dangerous. Follow it.
What's behind the gate?
Where will it take you? It's not safe. It worked.
Bueno.
I spent 6 years enslaved in hell, but I watched the Northmen, learnt their ways.
I know you did.
You listened when everyone else laughed. My people paid a heavy price. Carry my stories with you, and together we will make the Northmen feel our fury.
Joder.
Another voice joins us. She once tried to make them go away. Pretend they weren't real. But what good is that? When we are always here. I guess it's the same with heights. You can stand on the edge, pretend it's going to be okay. But you know that death is near, waiting for you to make that little slip. You can't just wish things away.
A ver.
The world of the dead is ruled by the giantess, Hela, daughter of Loki.
Ela.
The gods feared her bloodline, bad on her mother's side and yet much worse on her father's. So, as a child, the All-Father cast her down into Helheim and gave her power over those who die of sickness, age, hardship, and self-slaughter. In all of the 9 worlds, only Hela can resurrect the dead. To Hela, your Dillion was sacrificed, and with her you must bargain.
Bueno. Vamos a ver qué nos encontramos. La puerta vuelve. Tienes que abrirla.
To open it.
The gate to Helheim divides the living from the dead. Is that the face of Hela herself? The half-rotten goddess that rules over Helheim. Whatever horrors lie behind that door, she must find him. Shh. Someone's here.
cojones pasa, tío? ¿Y esto cómo va? ¿Y esto cómo va? Vale. Vale, es que no te explican nada, tío. Joder. No tengo ni puta idea de qué hay que hacer. Ya me mataron. ¿Y cómo matas esas sombras, tío? Mira. Qué burrada, tío. Pues no sé cómo se hace, tío. Ah, mira, que es así el juego. Ah, pensé que me habían matado.
A vision of what's to come. Poor Senua. The darkness does not bargain. It does not reason. It is wrong.
Me ha engañado totalmente, tío. Pensé
And
que me habían
now
matado.
it has taken hold. It will spread towards her head, the seat of the soul, until there is nothing left of her.
Oye, qué guay, tío.
All of her suffering will have been for nothing. It's just a matter of time.
La oscura podredumbre crecerá. Si la podredumbre llega hasta la cabeza de Senua, su misión habrá llegado a su fin. Y se habrá perdido todo el progreso.
The hardest battles are fought in the mind. That is what Dillian taught her. With every defeat, the dark rot will grow and soon it will take her soul.
O sea que si me matan mucho, me llega la podredumbre
But for
hasta
now,
la
at
cabeza
least, she still has
y
control
se
of
vuelve a
her
empezar.
mind.
Me cago en la madre que me parió.
And she will fulfill her vow, whatever the cost.
He's not right.
Listen to me, Senua. The goddess Hela lies behind the gate to Helheim. To open the gate,
Dios del
you
fuego,
must first face the gods that
Valravn,
guard it.
Dios de la ilusión.
The god of fire, Zurt, and the god of illusion, Valravn. Spill their blood to open the gate to Helheim and enter the land of the dead.
Derrama su sangre para abrir la puerta y entrar en la tierra de...
It won't open.
How will she get through? Why won't it?
Vale.
Why can't she open it? She needs to challenge the gods.
She has to fight 2 gods first.
2 gods?
2 gates.
Which will she choose first?
One of them will kill her, I know it.
She's going to die.
Which one will she challenge first?
Be very careful, Senua.
Choose a gate, Senua.
The Northmen say that in the beginning there was nothing but darkness. Bitter cold to the north, fiery hot to the south. They say the cold formed ice, which melted from the sparks from the south. The power of the darkness gave life to the dripping ice.
Valravn, ancestor of the seers and master of ravens. He hunts his prey with his powers of illusion and feasts on their remains. Follow the path to Valravn and defeat him in battle to earn his mark. The gate to Helheim cannot be opened without it.
Vale. ¿Qué ha pasado? Ah, la Virgen. Oh. Vamos.
Illusion hides the path to Valravn. Don't trust your eyes. Find another way to see the truth.
¿Qué me estás contando?
What's that? It's a door. No, it's not. Push it. Push it. Push it. Come on, push it. She did it. She did it. She did it. She did it.
Mira. Joder, qué guapo, tío. Si pasas por aquí se abre. Vale.
Look, something was different.
Can you see?
Joder, qué follón.
It's funny. We all want to see behind the veil, don't we? But once we do, we mostly just close our eyes again and pretend what we saw was never really there.
Vale.
Never could close her eyes, however hard she tried. Begged. This is the price she pays for seeing things differently. Because once you gaze into the relentless darkness, all that lurks within it will see you too.
¿Ya estáis? Vale, ¿y qué
The
pasó?
Northmen will not stop her.
¿Ya puedo entrar?
She will find what
¿Qué
she's
cojones? Mira, chaval, un tío aquí despellejado. Qué fuerte, tío. Bueno, diría que me dejarán entrar ya. Diría.
Valravn's power of illusion comes from ravens. Align the ravens to break his magic seal.
Show me what you have seen, Truth.
A ver.
Look how much it's changed. It's all different.
Mira, me cago en mi madre, chaval. Qué follón.
To break the seal, align the ravens with the mark of Valravn.
Vale.
Something's shifted. Something's happened.
Claro que lo percibo. ¿Quién no lo va a percibir, hombre? ¿Cuándo lo va a percibir si lo ha hecho ella?
Do you feel it too?
Joder.
It's like crossing into another world that looks the same but feels different. An imposter world where the forest itself is watching.
Another gate.
Otra vez.
The gates. You know what to do. Stay back. It's not safe. Don't listen to them. Listen. Don't.
To break the seal, align the ravens with the mark of Valravn.
Alinea a los cuervos con la señal del Val.
What does it mean? Which ravens? Where are they? Can't you see? Line up the ravens.
Mira, aquí hay una. ¿Qué cambia?
I hear something.
If you hear the sound of Valravn, follow
Es
it,
al revés.
and it will lead you to him. But be aware of his illusions.
Es al revés.
You can't always trust your eyes.
Valravn, challenge me.
Mira. Oh.
He's gone. He doesn't need. Where did he go? Listen, where is he? You need to go with your full focus.
A ver qué cambia, tío. Vale. La verdad es que sí que ha cambiado algo.
Fight me!
¿Y si vengo por aquí?
Is she lost? It wouldn't be the first time. Last winter, before the tragedy, she journeyed into the wilds of her native land, living off berries, roots, and rabbits. It's not uncommon, you see. We call such a person a Gelt. Some, like Truth, become Gelt in search of penance. Others, like Senua, to purge a curse. Those who make it back are forever changed.
Ostras, no sé lo que he hecho ahora, ¿eh? Vale. Vaya follón de juego, ¿no? No te trabes. No, espera. No sé qué tengo que hacer primero. Esto no hace nada, tío. Vamos a hacer esto.
She can get up now. She can get up now. What's happening? She can get up now. She can get up.
Y ahora puedo subir, ¿ves?
Must be magic.
Vale, entonces ahora pongo por aquí.
A trick. Valravn tricking her. Valravn.
Y ya puedo subir las escaleras esas.
It's him. Dark magic draws her closer. Valravn's magic. It's not him. He's helping her. It's not him. It's a trick. She's doing it on her own. He's not tricking her. It's magic. It's an illusion.
El sonido es espectacular, macho. Por aquí. No, por aquí no es. Es por aquí. Ahí estamos. Puzzle hecho. Bueno, oye, de momento lo que he visto hasta ahora me está gustando, tío. Es que no es un juego en el que hables mucho porque andas muy atento a lo que tienes que hacer. Pero está muy bueno.
We picture fear, and we think of a shadow in the woods, creature in the night. If only it were that simple. The worst kind comes without warning, a deep and primal signal from within. A reminder that just because you cannot see the threat, it doesn't mean that it's not already here.
Find another route.
Truth says there's always another route.
Find a way. Go round.
Find your own path.
There's a different way.
¿Qué cojones, tío? estáis? Bueno. Menudo un cotenague. Vale, ¿y yo por dónde he venido? He venido por ahí abajo, ¿no? Sí, yo diría que sí.
Ymir was a frost giant, a being of darkness, and all his sons and grandsons were dark after him. Of his daughters and granddaughters, some were monstrous, but others fair. But there was another who came from the ice. Buri. In shape, he was like a man, big and powerful. His son, Bor, took a fair giant to be his wife. But they had 3 sons. Odin was the eldest, and the Northmen owed him to be the fourth.
Do you know what it's like to leave everything behind? Your home, loved ones, to head deep into the wilds, perhaps never to return. Senua does. Because when darkness speaks, it changes everything. Turning home into a foreign land and loved ones into strangers. Exile makes sense when you realize that you were never really home.
Molaría que estuviese traducido hablado también, porque si no, entre que corres, estás a lo que haces y tal, no te va tiempo a leer todo lo que dice. Y algunas cosas pillas, pero yo mi inglés no es para pillarlo todo, ¿sabes? Bueno, imagino que haya que ir allí para abrirlo de buscar el puzzle, digo yo. Vamos a ir a la puerta. Hay que hacerlo varias veces. La canción de Valravn aquí. Es que hay 2.
It's over here. It's over here.
Is that? It's over there. No, it's here. There's 2.
Listen, focus.
Listen. It's magic. It's magic. It's magic. She's been in the forest like this before. This reminds her of somewhere.
The forest.
Where? Which forest? Forest in the wilds.
The wilds.
She left alone. She went to the wilds a long time ago. Why did she go to the wilds?
She wanted to fight her own darkness. She thought she could beat her own darkness.
Did she beat her darkness?
No. It nearly killed her, but she tried.
Druth helped her.
If it wasn't for Druth, she'd be dead.
She can't beat her own darkness. She wanted to marry Dillian. She came to beat her own darkness and marry Dillian.
She thought her curse would affect him.
She thought her curse would spread to him. She thought she'd bring the darkness to him too. She nearly died.
She thought the curse made her tainted.
Druth helped her.
Vale.
The ravens.
The ravens.
They've gone.
They've gone.
No.
Half of them have gone.
They've gone. Some are still there.
But where? Some are still there.
Valravn's helping.
Vale.
He's not helping.
It's a trick.
Quiet. Can't think. Out in the wilds, in the cold winter woods,
Where have they gone?
she no longer felt fit for this world. She almost gave in to the darkness. But she remembered Dillian's words. She remembered her promise. She resolved to fight on and kill that which had become a part of her.
Cayó. Vale, este ya había pasado. Entonces puedo cruzar. Vale. Seguimos. Vale. 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 Me perdí. A ver. Vale. Entonces yo tengo que entrar aquí ahora y volver. Vale. Y no se puede por aquí.
The Northmen say that Odin and his brothers killed Ymir, and that the world of men was formed from his corpse. They made his bones into stone, and his flesh into earth, and his blood into the salt sea. They set his skull to be the bowl of the sky, with his brains for clouds. Odin and his brothers caught the sparks flying from Muspel and made them into stars. And to protect the new world from the giants, they used Ymir's great curving eyebrows as walls.
A ver. Tiene que haber una... Se me escapa algo, tío. Tiene que haber una que me permita pasar, que cree ahí el puente. Bueno, por aquí no me deja. Bueno. A ver. Vale, Kabila desde allá. Vale, ya te encontré. Se viene por aquí. Y se abre esta puerta. Vale. Vale. Y ahora venimos. Cerramos ese portal. Vaya follón, chaval.
Where have they gone? They're gone. She did it, but what does it mean?
Looking back, I was so naive to think she could banish it on her own. The further she saw into the darkness, the more she struggled to see anything at all. And the glow, the smallest hints of shape, sound, or thought, grow in strength until they consumed her whole. Before she knew it,
Puedo bajar por aquí.
the darkness had her in its claws.
Siempre está bien seguir un poco lo que te manda, porque si no luego te pierdes. Ahí está. Ahí estamos.
Broke. The gate is open. Open. You did it.
There is no such thing as victory when it comes to the darkness. It's like it doesn't want to kill her. Yet, it will gnaw at her, biding its time. Only when she is at her weakest will it strike to kill. Will she find Dillion before her time comes?
Vale. Va. Huele a bicho. Puerta.
Overcome Valravn's final illusion to face him in his keep. I know you can do it, Senua. You have the sight.
We both see the darkness. We can fight it together.
Ya. Claro. Ah, vale. Hay que alinear esto, entonces habrá que subir. De ahí vengo. Vale.
Speak to me, Druth. Tell me a story.
Senua, listen. I will tell you the tale of a
Findan.
man called Findan. The Northmen captured Findan's sister, and his father sent him to pay for her release. But they took his gold,
Por ahí.
put him in chains, and held him for a day and a night without food or water. Then they released him. I don't know why. Upon his return, his father's enemies in Erin set fire to his home. His father burnt to death, and his brother was killed. But he escaped with sorrow in his heart. His father's enemies offered redress for his loss and invited him to a feast that was at a hall near the sea. But when he went there, they betrayed him to the Northmen, who enslaved him and took him to hell.
¿Qué es eso?
6 years later, his slave masters landed on the shores of Orkney,
Hostia, ¿verdad ya,
burning
no?
all before them. And into that fire, Findan made his escape. What was Findan burnt away that day. But from the flames, a new man stepped forward, and Druth was born.
Vale.
Druth, the man that I am now. And though Findan never set eyes on his dear sister again, I, Druth, have found you, Senua.
I wish you could
Vaya
have seen me
pedrada
home
tienes, Senua.
before these dark times.
Sí, ¿y esto qué? ¿Para qué sirvió? ¿Solamente para bajar esto? Vale, ¿y para quitar qué? No. No, vuelve. Aquí hay que hacer algo más, fijo. No baja. Hay que llegar ahí arriba, tío. ¿Deshacerlos? ¿O deshacer este? A ver. No sé qué hacer. No te subas. Te dije que no te subieras, tío. Vale, ves. Al deshacerla quité este. No me he dado cuenta. Vale, pero entonces, tío, hay que hacer algo allí que no estoy haciendo. Está claro. No me quedan más portales. ¿Ves? Aquí aparece este tronco. No me deja. Por aquí hago el portal. Deshace el portal, hombre. Venga, deshace el portal. Portal deshecho. Vale. Nos tiramos aquí, podemos subir por este. Vale, ahí estamos. Hostia, macho, hay que tener... que eso trisca mucho, Vale, te puedes caer, macho. La puerta está
The
abierta.
gate is open. Open.
This darkness. I know it from the wilds. It's coming back for me.
Detrás tuyo, tío. Hay que ver, hay que estar atento, joder.
I'm still here. Are you too? Where are we? I remember. It didn't end well in the wilds. It never does.
Qué follón,
You think you
tío.
can overcome the darkness, make sense of it, and once relief settles in, it strikes out of nowhere, throwing you helplessly back into the maelstrom, drowning the mind in fear,
Vaya puta comida de tarro, chaval.
deeper, dragging you down so far into the
¿Qué te
void
están
that maybe
comiendo?
this time there is no coming back. But there, in the darkness,
Senua,
and she remembered what he told her.
hear me. Reach out to me. Senua, take my iron mirror. Look into it, for it is a window into the underworld. Within, you will see the face of the darkness that you fear. And if you focus, like I have taught you to, you will also see that as much as the darkness has you trapped within its veil, it too
Está comiendo,
is
tío.
trapped within yours. Focus. Focus! Focus!
I see you! I see you now! You led me
Vamos.
to the wilds! You
Venga, qué
trapped
idiota.
me there!
Vamos a darnos betún. jodiendo, ¿eh?
Nearly there. She's strong. They've surrounded you. She's not strong enough. She finished it. Use your sword. Watch out. End it now. This is nearly the end. End it. You can do this. Focus. Hope. Focus. Now. Focus. You're stronger than him. Get. Focus. Focus. This is the only way. Focus. Focus now. Focus. Focus now.
Macho, pero ¿cómo se mata esto, tío? Cago en mi madre.
It's nearly over. Finish it. It's finished.
¿Pero por qué me das, tío? Vale.
Don't give up. Don't give up.
No. Ahí está.
He's gone! Yes, Senua. Don't let them get behind you. Keep them out. Behind you!
Me revientan, tío. se esquiva. No, esa se esquiva.
The mirror. Focus is coming back.
Casa.
I never beat you in the wilds, did I? It was an illusion. But not this time!
Toma, payaso. Oye, tenía su truco, el pavo.
The mark of
Hace los
Valravn,
sparring.
one of the keys to the gate to Helheim. Hold it in your mind's eye.
With every battle, the darkness grows stronger. Every victory bringing her closer to defeat. Unfair, isn't it? In those dark winter nights in the wilds, there were times when she considered letting go. If it weren't for Druth, a chance encounter in the wilds, she would not have heard his stories of the Northmen. And she would not have this chance to find Dillion's soul.
I'm coming. I still hear you.
Oye, el juego tiene un rollazo de la hostia, tiene, tío. Vale.